Okay. Good morning. It's now 9 a.m. The monthly meeting of the Fairfield Glade Community Club Board of Directors will come to order. Due to the CDC guidelines and COVID-19 public health advisories for social distancing, this morning's meeting of the Board of Directors is open to members of the board, key staff members, and limited observers. This meeting is being recorded, and the video will be posted on the Community Club website for member viewing. To honor America, please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence to remember those serving in uniform and those who have been affected by the COVID-19 virus. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Pat, would you please call the roll of the board members?
Here.
Here?
Here.
Here. Here.
Here.
Thank you, Pat. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of the prior board meeting held on September 24th, 2020?
I so move.
Is there a second? Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The minutes of the September 24th board meeting are approved. This morning in the audience, we have Mayor of Cumberland County, Alan Foster, and also our 6th District County Commissioner, Joe Sherrill, is in the office. Mayor, would you like to make a few comments?
Morning. Thanks for having me out. Can you hear me? I know once I adjust the microphone, it messes it up for the rest of y'all. So I'll try to bend over and reach it. I only have a few items of interest today. I always say that, and Ken tells me I go too long, but I'll try to be brief, Ken. A reminder: early voting is underway right now. Take your opportunity. Your right to go out and vote is through the 29th of this month. Hours are 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, and 8 to 12, or 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, and 8 to noon on Saturday. So that's across from the courthouse, right downtown, across the road. We are looking for a new EMA director. Our EMA director has decided to, I guess, step up to work for TEMA. And so that's got a position opening that we're going to be filled, so that search will be beginning soon. I know last month I mentioned to you that we bought Lucas devices on 4 of our ambulances. We got those in, we got the training, put them on, and day one we used it. So it's already showing a benefit. And again, I want to thank the commission and Commissioner Sherrill there for funding that. We are continuing to work on acquiring the Pelfrey property I talked about last week. We're going to have probably 3 departments in that, and that should be voted on by full commission at the November meeting, would be my guess at this point. Quick COVID update. Statistics from yesterday: we had 159 active cases in Cumberland County. We've had 24 deaths. We've not had one in close to a week. That's positive. And 66 cumulative hospitalizations. That doesn't mean 66 in there right now. That just means since March, we've had 66 Cumberland Countyans in a hospital somewhere. And the inactive and recovery rate right now is at over 88%. Last thing I want to mention is that I had a conference call with Governor Lee Monday, and some of the rural counties are really increasing in the COVID. The average age of those that are contracting it has gone up by almost 10 years. The average age is now 43. The average age of the person hospitalized is 70, and they're normally hospitalized for an average of 9 days. And most cases at this point, they're telling us seem to be coming from small gatherings, not necessarily where you would think with retail and all that. So that's something to watch and something to pay attention to as you go forward, and keeping your safety in mind. And again, I am honored to be your mayor, and if you have any questions, I am willing to take them. Be nice. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Joe, did you have any comments you wanted to make this morning? Okay, thank you. Okay, I'd like to share the following comments from across the board. And we want to take some time in this month's across the board message to share a number of reminders that we think are important. It's time to fall back an hour. On Sunday, November 1st, it's time to turn your clocks back 1 hour to observe Central Standard Time. Each time we change our clocks, we include a link to a document that contains some helpful reminders for actions that you can take to protect yourself and your family. Your right to vote. In less than 2 weeks, on Tuesday, November 3rd, we will have the opportunity to exercise one of our most sacred rights as American citizens. Each of us can make our voice heard by casting a vote as we choose our national leaders. Every election comes with consequences, and some have described this presidential election as the most consequential of our lifetime. So whether you vote using an absentee ballot, take advantage of early voting, or participate in person on Election Day, please take your responsibility seriously and vote. Remembering our veterans. Every year on November 11th, we pause to remember all those who have answered the call to service in the defense of our great nation. In years past, we have hosted a Veterans Appreciation Dinner on Veterans Day. This year, in light of the coronavirus situation, we have decided to honor our veterans by providing them with a Fairfield Glade dining gift card rather than hosting the Veterans Appreciation Dinner. Veterans may stop by the Community Conference Center beginning on November 1st through November 30th, show their military identification, and receive their Fairfield Glade dining gift card that can be used anytime at Legends Fireside Lounge this winter and at Stonehenge Grill after April 1st, 2021. The flu season is here. Last month, we shared some comments regarding personal choices and taking personal responsibility for the decisions we make. This month, we wanted to stress the importance of making good choices and doing all we can to avoid exposure to the coronavirus. We'd also like to stress that your comfort level regarding using our facilities or participating in scheduled activities is a personal decision that only you can make. It is your decision to avoid crowds and socially distance. You can decide to wear a face covering when you're in the company of others, wash your hands, sanitize surfaces, and stay at home if you don't feel well. Let's not forget that the common flu is really a type of the coronavirus, and the annual flu season is arriving soon. Before the coronavirus became a topic of discussion in our polarized political environment, we were all comfortable getting our annual flu shots to minimize the effects of being exposed to someone with the flu. So let's all do the right thing and make a good decision to receive your annual flu vaccination. Successful communities share common values. Successful organizations share a common set of guiding principles that define the organization. Fairfield Glade is no different. Our 10 core values not only set our priorities and guide our decision-making process, they define who we are as a community. The importance of these core values in our decision-making process was recently brought to mind, and we felt it was time to highlight them once again. So here are our 10 core values: providing a safe and secure environment for our members and guests, maintaining a friendly, caring, and respectful atmosphere, maintaining honesty, integrity, and transparency in everything we do, providing a variety of high-quality amenities and services which reflect the interests of our current and prospective members and guests, maintaining community standards to safeguard our property values, managing our natural environment by promoting preserving our forest ecosystem on developed, undeveloped, and common areas, maintaining a physically, socially, and intellectually vibrant lifestyle for our members, maintaining sound financial management for stability and future investment, maintaining a strong relationship with local governments and other entities that help our community, and acting in the best long-term interests of our community as a whole. Our core values not only define who we are, they unite us as a community, and so we are including a link to a full description of the core values. Our major capital projects. Construction on the new Mirror Lake Entertainment Pavilion will continue into November. Work on the pathways from the parking areas into the gathering area, as well as the plaza in front of the pavilion, will begin soon. The Stonehenge Clubhouse. At our September board meeting, we approved the purchase requisition for the Phase 2 project to expand the Stonehenge kitchen and the exterior renovation. Construction will begin later in November. The Racket Center. We've received the final cost estimates and the final project scope from the low-cost bidder. The Financial Advisory Committee has reviewed the project and made the recommendation, clearing the way for the board to consider the project purchase requisition this morning. Robin Hood Park. The initial clearing and Phase 1 planning process are proceeding. We are soliciting the bids to complete the initial clearing and the Phase 1 projects that include refurbishing the existing pavilion and facilities and creating a new parking lot. The planning process is continuing so that we can proceed after the Peavine Road work is completed in the area. And that is this month's across-the-board message. And with that, Bob, the General Manager's report, please.
Thank you. Other master plan projects, the police department is, hopefully we'll finish that out this year. We have a few more things to do. The Rogers Group has done the paving of the ramp off of Peavine Road, at least the first coat. They still have another coat to put down, and they still also need to do the ramp off of Lakeview, so that'll complete the parking lot area. And then we'll be doing some carpeting and some landscaping in November to finish the project out. Then another master plan project that we're going to bring forward as a PR this morning is improvements to the Heatherhurst Clubhouse restrooms and the pro shop. So Jeff Houston will be presenting that PR this morning. Some deferred maintenance items right now. As we go into the end of the year, we're focusing on repairs and maintenance that we maybe put off because of COVID, and so we're focusing on that, and especially those items that are really needed to be done before the end of the year and before winter time. For golf, year-to-date golf rounds through last month in, we're about 91,000. That's 21,000 less than budget and 21,000 last year, all due to the COVID-19 shutdown. However, Jeff and his team have done a great job. Each month since June, we've exceeded the budget for golf rounds, and so we're making up some of the rounds over the course of the last few months. They had 19,000 rounds in September, which was 2,000 rounds more than budget, and created a great month financially for the golf division. Average rounds per course per day open were 108 as of the end of September. That compares to 109 last year, so we're pretty close to last year. So when we're open, people are out there playing, so that's good to see, and we've had some nice weather here the last few weeks, so Jeff anticipates October to be a nice month as well. Operations and COVID-19 protocols appear to be working pretty well so far. And then last item, just a reminder that Stonehenge Grill, the last day of operation will be October 31st, and then we'll be moving that operation over to Legends and Fireside effective November 3rd. So we'll be closed down November 1st and 2nd to get things organized over at Legends and Fireside and reopen on Tuesday, November 3rd. We'll continue to use the Stonehenge Grill menu, and then we're also going to bring back the chicken and pasta night. First one will be November 11th, and then on November 25th, which is the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, we'll have a pizza and pasta night. Now, both of these will not be buffets as in the past. They'll be plated dinners, but they'll be all you can eat and priced right. And then, in addition, we've got Thanksgiving on November 26th. We have two options, a dine-in option, and then we also have a takeout option, similar to what we did for Mother's Day. So the flyers are out there already, so I'd encourage you to call Legends. We are taking reservations for both of those right now. And if there's no answer, just leave a message. We do have a manager over there that's taking those reservations and what have you. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Bob. The resort report, Barb.
Good morning. Wyndham Timeshares month to date is $4,545, and year to date $27,804. And this is after we were closed for March, April, and May. We reopened June 1st. So a fourth of the year we were closed down. And the 2020 timeshare revenues with food, Conference Center, year-to-date, $2,700, which is 2% of like revenue. Racket Sports, $8,000, 6%. Dartmoor Marina, $107,000, which is 45%. St. George, $49,500, which is 33%. Golf, $462,500, which is 12%. And food, $81,600, which is 11%. And year-to-date, the total is $711,100 and an average of 13%. Thank you.
Thank you, Barb. And Sam is going to deliver the Architectural Control Committee report this morning.
Good morning. Good morning. The Architectural Controls reports as follows. Miscellaneous approvals, which includes changes to established homes. Through September 2020 is 1,413. Through September 2019 was 1,350. New homes approved through September of this year was 59, and through September of last year was 77. I'm going to read another. New homes completed this year, 75. New homes completed at the same time last year, 64. So they kind of offset each other. Is there any questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sam. Now the monthly financial report, Denise.
Good morning. Okay, I will start the financial review this morning with the balance sheet, and I'm going to give you the year-to-date results through September. So for sewer, capital cash is at $1.3 million. Operating cash is at $1.6 million. Our PP&E is sitting at $10.6 million, and equity at $13.4 million. For POA and amenities together, we have capital cash at $2.6 million and operating cash at $3.3 million. PP&E is at $35.6 million and equity is at $38 million. If we go to sewer for operating, their operating activities are positive, $633,000. That's a positive variance to budget of $95,000. Net capital income is positive $166,000. Negative variance to budget of $188,000. And that's just due to a delay in housing for installation. Net cash flow after capital expenditures is positive $591,528. If we go to POA and amenities combined, operating year-to-date results is positive $1.2 million. That's a positive variance to budget of $1 million. Net capital income is positive $2.3 million, and that's a positive variance to budget of $62,000. For POA, net operating activities is positive $1.6 billion. That's a positive variance to budget of $1.5 million. The positive variance is mainly due to G&A expenses, which is general and administrative, of $410,000, marketing and events, $129,000, and community maintenance is $987,000. And Bruce will speak to some of those savings and where they're coming from in his report, so I won't give it to you twice. Amenities. For operating activities, it is negative $349,000. That's a negative variance to budget of $482,000. The main drivers of that are golf operating results are $194,000, which are a negative variance to budget of $465,000. However, and we had a pretty good dip in revenue in golf due to COVID, which was actually almost $1.2 million compared to budget. But a lot of that was regained through savings. Again, I think Bruce is going to be reviewing that for you to tell you where those savings are coming from in total. If I give you just the main drivers of that, it would be, I told you golf and food and beverage was a subsidy of $425,000. The CCC and recreation subsidy was a negative $333,000, and the marinas were actually positive $226,000. Net cash flow after capital expenditures was negative $2.3 million for the period, $1.9 million from capital, and $349,000 from operations. Any questions? No? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Denise. Each month, we've asked Bruce to give us some insight into the impact from COVID-19. So, Bruce, the treasurer's report.
Sure. Yeah, good morning. The sewer department continues to operate normally. We started the year with $2.2 million of cash, and we ended September with $2.8 million of cash. The results for the first 9 months are better than expected, and we don't foresee any issues going forward in the sewer area. The POA operations area continues to improve with each passing month. September results were good, with consistent rounds of golf and diners at Stonehenge Grill reflecting continued use of our facilities by our residents and visitors. The September amenity fee revenues were favorable by $66,000 out of a budget of $1 million, bringing our year-to-date amenity revenues total to $1.9 million unfavorable. We began the year with $1.9 million in operating cash, which excludes capital, which is accounted for separately. And at the end of September, we had $3.3 million of operating cash, which is an increase of $400,000 from August. The focus continues on cost reductions and savings in operations while providing quality services to our members and guests. As outlined previously, major cost reductions included canceling the $165,000 desilting project and the $650,000 for road paving for this year. We continue to monitor labor costs since it's one of our major expenses. Currently, we have 143 full-time employees, 84 part-time employees, and 165 seasonal employees for a total of 392 active employees, which is down 6 employees from last month. Our labor costs in September were $23,000 favorable to budget, bringing our labor costs through September to $660,000 favorable compared to budget. The senior managers continue to focus on cost reductions and operations while providing quality services. The major cost savings, as Denise pointed out, is G&A expenses are $410,000 favorable year-to-date, marketing and events $129,000 favorable, and community maintenance $987,000 favorable. In summary, we're in a positive cash position, and we will continue to monitor the income and expenses on a regular basis.